Hello, welcome to CreHEARTive Inspiration. My name is Gabriella. Alright, I'm just gonna be ultra real right now. Sometimes I have doubts, right? I feel like that's kind of like a human condition. Everyone has their own doubts in their own lives and their own insecurities that they need to work through. And sometimes I'm like, who the fuck is gonna listen to me? What do I have to say that people will find of value? Like, who am I? Who am I to be making videos about life, right? I feel like those doubts have been really prominent because I've been pushed into creating this content that I've always wanted to make. And here's the thing though, like, these are things that I have integrated into my own life. And I'm only talking from life experience and currently where I'm at. That was a hummingbird. Came so close to me. So beautiful. Okay, so I'm only talking about where I'm at currently in my own paradigm, in my current reality. So these are my opinions based on internal concepts that I have integrated into my life. So I'm not going to be talking about anything that I do not apply or that I do not practice in my own life. So I feel like that's where it starts to like amplify those doubts, because obviously I'm doing this for a reason. Like, my intention behind every video that I make and everything that I put out is to create and inspire. And that is a slogan that I've had for probably the last like 8 years of my life. And that's all I've ever wanted to do, is create and inspire. And had a massive ego transmutation over the last 2 years. And even though I continued to implement those 2 words and the intentions behind them and everything that I do, I feel like in some ways my ego kind of overpowered the intentions and what I was trying to create, right? And so I had to go through a massive ego demolishing death, basically. But here's the thing, like, I wouldn't be able to be making a video right now. I wouldn't be able to be talking to you if I didn't have an ego. We all do. It's just the fact on being able to use your ego in the correct way and not let it overpower your soul's intentions and what you're trying to create, because ego can be a very big problem. Even though at first, it helps you build the confidence in yourself and realize that you do have the power to create anything you want in this life. But if your ego gets too big, then you're going to be brought to your knees and humbled. And that's exactly what happened to me. And after I went through all of that a year and a half ago, I realized so many things. It feels like this last 2 years have like been I don't know, 100 lifetimes in one or something like that. I can't even comprehend or begin to explain right now. Like, I feel like I'm gonna make more videos like explaining my story a little bit more, but my point being is just watching this bird fly around, keeps swooping down. My point being is that I had to take a long, hard look at my ego and realize that it's not all about me. Life is not all about me. And I had to be more prepared and go through those lessons to be able to bring forth content to you guys that is real, authentic, and concepts that I've actually integrated into my life. And so I feel like that's kind of where all of this stems from, like I was talking about at the beginning, having those doubts, because I still have that part of me that's like, oh man, like that ego where it's like, who's gonna listen to you? And here's the thing, ego is not just like the feeling of arrogance or acting like you're better than someone because you had a spiritual awakening. It's also the insecurities. Look how beautiful this is. It's also the insecurities and the doubts that you have in your life as well. So ego is both sides of the coin. And so when we can recognize that, like those doubts, those are trying to stop me from creating content to help people, because my intentions are clear now. And really, if you think about it, like, what do I have to lose? What do you have to lose by putting yourself out there? Like, nothing, right? And the more you do it, the more you practice just letting go and speaking from the soul and putting things out there that people need to hear. Like, even if your voice cracks, even if you mess up, like, that's authenticity. That you're not going to be perfect. You're not going to just create something at the beginning of your journey that is perfect. And I'm not just talking about content creation, like any type of creation, any type of art, any type of music, any type of passion that you have. Like, even if you're naturally gifted at something, like, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to mess up, and pushing through that and not just creating when you feel like it. There's a balance, right? Because we are the creators of our lives and we are here to create. Like, the world needs to see and hear what you have to say. Like, especially now. Like, we need you to get out of the box that keeps you trapped in your comfort zone and create. Like, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you feel called to do. If you don't do it and you don't actually put that out, and I'm not talking about like on social media, that's not what I mean, like putting it out into the world, sharing it with just one person. Like, if you hide your art and you don't share what your natural talent is or what you've practiced for years to accomplish, then it's not going anywhere other than within you. And so that's not fair, right? That's not fair to that person, even if it's just one person that you show your painting to. That's not fair to them to not get that content out. So as it relates to like what I was saying and how I'm kind of going through this doubt myself, like, who's gonna listen to you? What do you have to say? That voice in your head, right? Doesn't matter. Like, even if I think that I'm talking about basic things, I don't know where this journey is taking me. I don't know where I'm gonna end up. I just know that I've felt called to this for the past 5 years, and it's something that lights me up. Like, I could see myself doing this for the rest of my life. I'm not doing it for the money. I'm not doing it for the praise. I'm doing it because I feel called. My soul feels pushed and pulled to this particular thing. And just like a personal example for me, like, even if I don't post something, record. Like, keep doing this. Keep pushing myself to start the camera and talk to the camera, even if I don't post it, because it's getting myself in the rhythm, in the routine of being on camera and putting myself out there. So, that being said, you have to go back to the intentions behind what you're doing. And if the intentions are selfish, then maybe reevaluate if that's actually something that your soul is calling you to do, or if it's an ego-driven nudge, right? So I think really it comes down to being discerning on why you're feeling called to do something, and being able to do the inner work that you need to do to clear the blockages that's keeping you from that one thing or those multiple things that your soul is craving. That right there is your purpose, right? And it's not about the money, it's not about the validation behind any of that. It's about trusting in your spirit and whatever higher power that you believe in, and knowing that one step at a time, we start to discover who we truly are. And it's not going to be overnight. Every single person on this earth is unique. We all have a different purpose and a different reason of being here. And sometimes that's multiple purposes. Sometimes our purpose is to be a mother and to raise children. Sometimes it's to smile at all of these strangers and share our unique love with people we don't know. Sometimes it's working at a gas station and sharing our light with every single person that comes in there, every single customer. Sometimes it's someone who lives off-grid and is there to create a sustainable farm and land. Those are just random examples off the top of my head. But our purpose doesn't need to be this grand thing. But ultimately, you wouldn't be alive if you didn't have a purpose to be alive. So it starts there, right? Our purpose starts with our existence. To be able to breathe in air. To be able to open our eyes and see the world. Like, look how beautiful this is. isn't it amazing to be able to appreciate that and to be able to see that? Isn't it amazing to breathe and to smell all the different smells? A home-cooked meal, the smell of flowers, the smell of fire around a fireplace. Isn't it beautiful to be able to dance and to sing? Like, make that your purpose right now. If you have no idea what your soul is calling you to do, make that your purpose. Just being alive and enjoying the little things and the presence of existence itself, because your purpose starts with your existence. It is 1 in a trillion that you exist on this planet. Do you know how incredible and amazing that is? You are a freaking miracle on this earth. So start with that. Start with the presence and the purpose of being alive. It starts with the appreciation of being alive, and then we can move into what it feels like to thrive. Because we ultimately all deserve to be able to thrive, right? We do. We all deserve that. And patience, right? I used to think, like, I'm 27 years old right now, but I used to think, man, by the time I'm 25, I'm gonna be rich, you know? And then reality hits you in the face. Like, I think sometimes things take longer and a shorter amount of time than we expect, right? Like, things can happen so fast, but also, like, okay, so building anything in life takes so long, right? But destroying it can happen in an instant. And so be careful what you build. I'm not trying to scare anyone. That's not the point of that statement. Just be careful what you decide to work towards. Because some of the most beautiful lessons and experiences of my life have turned into failures on the physical perspective, right? Even though it wasn't a failure, it was just a huge learning experience. But now I take that experience and I move it into what I'm creating today. So I learn from that, right? But now I'm very cautious on what I'm building and the intentions I put into everything that I do. So yeah, there's my rant. Just remember, these are my personal experiences and opinions. If you resonate, you do. If you don't, that's totally fine. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. So much love. I love you so much. And don't forget, just be patient. Because sometimes things take longer than we expect them to, or that we want them to, right? Be patient with yourself and your life. And just remember that you're infinite and you can do anything. I love you.